when you get personal milestones, sorry, when you get personal milestones, is it bittersweet when you go through a loss and lose the series to a top team like this, or how do you feel about it?
Well, damn, you just ruined my milestones. Yeah, for me, as a mid-major kid, I'll always be really proud of my growth in this league, of being an underdog my entire career and still not necessarily getting the respect I deserve as a point guard in this league. But that shit don't mean anything when we're not winning. So I appreciate it. I'm so thankful for it. I'm beyond blessed that my name is etched into the books here in Phoenix as well, because it will have impacted my career. But when we don't come out with a win, it's hard to celebrate those things, but as athletes, sometimes we don't necessarily give ourselves our flowers. And so you just got to be able to sit in the moment, be thankful, but it's back to work. We got to get wins. That's what this is about.
Hey, Brittney, Eliyahu by Sports 360 AZ. So first quarter was tough. Second quarter felt like y'all found that rhythm. What do you feel like having the second half that it was just kind of tough to find that rhythm again?
I mean, you just have, sometimes the game just doesn't do what you really want it to do, honestly. Jesus.
When you only have 4 free throw attempts, it's kind of hard to win games.
4 free throws, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
And he was begging for you guys to attack the basket on the telecast.
we are.
Yeah.
When you attack and they don't give it to us, then
Yeah.
what?
I think an overall conversation that needs to be addressed this year, y'all just heard Asia talk about it in the game yesterday. You've heard other top players talk about the issues. We're expected to, with where women's basketball is, to come out every single night and put an elite product on the floor. We need our counterparts that are also a part of this game to do their jobs and
The
bring
officiating
an
needs to meet
elite.
you where you are.
They shot 16 free throw attempts. We shot 4.
Yep.
BG shot 2.
Mm-hmm.
How many shot attempts does she have? Can anyone answer that while we're looking at it? It just is not adding up. And everyone wants to know why Phoenix Mercury has the most attempts in the league is because the games are not being called equally on both ends of the floor. So we're having to advocate every single night. We're having to fight every single night because we're bringing the best product that we can on the floor and we're not being rewarded for it. To only shoot 4 free throws during a game is insane. For their starters to have no fouls except for Phoebish is insane in a 40-minute game. So whatever happens, but it needs to be addressed. And this isn't the first time we're talking about it. And we're not the first team to talk about it. We're not the first players to talk about it. And at some point, the W has to be serious about this.
They play a real clean game, I guess. That's what.
That foul that was against, it was not called. When Stewie blocked you out of bounds and then threw the ball at you, we were advocating on a telecast for not only a personal foul, but a technical foul as well.
What would happen if I did that?
Oh my God, they would have ran you out of the gym.
I have 6 technicals. So we're gonna get back to the drawing board. There's a lot of things that we can control as a team. We're very aware of that, but we can't keep going 5 against 8 every single night. It's just we can't keep doing it.
Yeah, we're gonna take it back to the drawing board. We're gonna, lock in. We're gonna look at film, figure it out. I know I'm complaining about fouls and not getting them, but I can't have 7 turnovers because that just hurts the team.
6 for me.
So,
And to that
there's definitely
point-
things we can clean up. And
Yeah,
we will for the
a
next
season
game.
high 22 turnovers that led to 28 points from New York.
Yeah.
And most of them look self-inflicted.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we clean that up before Wednesday? Because Minnesota has an elite defense as well.
Yeah, New York's the second defensive team in the league, but all of those turnovers are controllable for us. It's just valuing possessions too, right? It's like we're seeing the action, but we're not on the same page about seeing the action. So we'll go into practice tomorrow. We'll go through our offense again, work on our spacing because you asked what in the second half was the biggest thing. I think it was our spacing offensively. We really struggled to score the ball as well. So we got to work on our spacing. But defensively, I'm really proud of the steps that we took tonight because it's been a focus for us while we've been back in town. Yeah, we're gonna continue to get better, but yeah, it's a long road.
Yeah, that second quarter was a measure of how great you guys can be.
Yeah,
29
BG,
points,
have
a
you-
season high, 17 fast break points.
yeah.
How do you guys just control your emotions when, you know, things aren't going your way, and how do you just like keep moving forward?
I mean, you gotta be professionals, and you know, not everybody, people aren't perfect, and you know, you're gonna boil over. But we also know, like, we can't give them more things to call against us and put them on the line. So, you know, as much as it stings and it hurts, we have to lock in, and I think we've been doing a really good job at that, because we got some people on the edge and the brink of it. So we've been honing it in, you know, trying to plead our case when we can, but just keeping it at a professional level.
Natasha
When are
hates
people
Hilly.
gonna stop going under screens against you?
What you got, sir?
DG's been yelling at me to shoot.
Look, I know it's hard to see over my head.
Man, half the time I can't even see the rim now. So.
Natasha hates Hilly clutch points. It's nice to meet you. BG, good to see you again.
Nice to meet you.
I do want to ask about just kind of following up on Julia's point about not letting those emotions boil over. Coaches
Mhm.
talked all year about the camaraderie
Yeah.
that you guys have built. How does that sort of, that team bonding that you guys have, that chemistry, how does that make, you know, tough games like this a lot easier to deal with and a lot easier to move on from?
When you really like care about each other off the court, as we all do about one another, which is weird. Like if we're gone for long periods of time and miss them, like that's weird to me. I don't feel lame for it, but that really does translate on the court. Yeah, I do be missing you. I can't see much too. But no, when you care about each other off the court, that translates onto the court. So we're able to talk to one another in whatever way, and we don't take offense to it. We understand that we have a commonality and a goal of winning. And so when it comes down to it, those deposits that we make off of the court, they check when we go off the court. So when stuff is a little crazy, or we're not getting foul calls, we did a really good job of staying just locked in today and keeping one another focused on Mercury basketball. And those are things that we can't control. So let's control the controllables and the things that are out of our control. You just gotta hope that they get better, right?
We'll do one more.
You guys have 9 games left in the season. You guys will be going to the playoffs. So just how is the momentum of just keep continuing to play your brand of basketball into the playoffs?
I mean, I think you know, the Atlanta series, you know, we had that first little game fumble, we got locked in, bounced right back. And, you know, sometimes that's what you gotta do in playoffs. Playoffs are, you know, this is the best league, and each game is gonna be tough. So just being able to refocus and lock back in, you know, we've been tested on the road, we've won and won on the road as well. You know, we're gonna lock in better at home as well, but I think everything that's happening to us is just getting us prepared for playoffs.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tim.
all.
Thank you. Have a good night.